Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one. This is a collab with my friend Jen Beauty. A lot of you are already subscribed to her, but if you have not, I will link all her information below so that you can go check her out. So Jen does a lot of get ready with me, product reviews, subscription box unboxings. Mainly she does Boxycharm, and now she's doing FabFitFun. But her channel is really very informative and fun. She's very sweet. She's very thorough on her reviews, and she creates some amazing looks. So Jen reached out to me and wanted to know if I wanted to do a collab with her. She knew that I had purchased a Moira palette. Actually, I purchased two, and she purchased one of them. So we're each going to use a different palette, and we're going to create two looks. So this is actually my second time around doing this video. The first time I put my entire face on of makeup, except for blush and things like that with Moira. But I put my foundation and concealer on, and I had a lot of fallout. And I ended up, my looks look very similar, even though I used different shades. And that's one thing I'm going to discuss with you with this palette. I purchased the one that is called the Celestial Chic. And it's beautiful. It's a cool tone palette, and when I saw it, I fell in love with it. But when I tried it on, look at the packaging, how absolutely gorgeous it is. It's just, their packaging is stunning. Their palettes, the packaging is a little thick and bulky, so I wish they would come up with a different type of packaging, but I think they do it because they go the extra mile. You know, it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is what this palette looks like. It is very pretty, and the shades look very different when you look at them. But when you apply them to the eyes, a lot of the darker shades look very similar on your eyes. So I'm going to try to do something a little different today. And I decided that today I was going to do my eye look first and then my face, because I had a hard time removing all the fallout the last time. I had to reapply my concealer and everything else. So if you buy this palette, I suggest that you do your eyes first. I already primed my eyes. I primed it with a MAC paint pot in Painterly. So I already did that. I dusted it with a little bit of the Moira powder. And this is the pink powder. It's called 08 Pink. It's a very nice pink powder, by the way, and very affordable. So I'm going to start with this shade right here. And I'm going to create two looks. So I'm going to do my right eye first, and then we'll go to my left eye. And let's hope that I can do better this time than what I did with my last look, because I was like, I'm not using the same shades, but it sure looks like I'm using the same shades. And this one that I'm using is called Sea Star. And it's a matte, one of those sequence shades that is a matte, but it has a little bit of glitter, but it really doesn't translate to the eye. Okay, then I'm going to take a smaller brush, and I'm going to go into Ava, which is like a gray. Well, it's not like a gray, it is a gray. I'm going to go just a little lower on my lid. And a little bit on my outer corner. Okay, I'm going to use the same brush. And I'm going to go into this shade right here, the dark one, that is called Forbidden. And I'm going to tap my brush, because I think this is where I went wrong the last time. I didn't tap my brush all the time, and it made a humongous mess on my face. And normally I don't have that much of a problem with Moira eyeshadows. So I think it was partly my fault, partly because all these shades are super dark. And usually when you have fallout with darker shades, they make a mess. Just FYI, I compared this palette to one of my older palettes. This brings a little less product as far as the eyeshadow weight. Not much, but a little less. And they used to be $17.50 and now they're $18.50. That's no big deal to me. But I know it is a big deal to other people. But when I pulled it out, when I opened my palette, I thought it looked smaller. So I did make the comparison. This one, each eyeshadow brings 0.028 or 0.8 grams for each eyeshadow. And this one, the older one, brings 0.04 or 1.2 grams. So the older ones bring a little more. I just created a look with this. It's in one of my videos that I just put up recently, so I will link that video below in case you want to see a look with that color story. But this, like, again, that's just FYI. I don't think it is not a big deal to me. I never pan any palettes. So I'm going to take a little bit of this eyeshadow right here. This one is called Night Star, and this is very dark and very beautiful, and I'm going to put it like right here on the outer V. And then for my lid, I'm going to use this one right here. It is called Priceless. That's very pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to take just a tiny bit of this blue one. It has like a blue, you know, shift to it, and it's called Starla. And I'm going to put those in between both of these shadows, the dark and the light. I'm going to take a little bit more of the light color. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with that. I'm going to take this brush right here. Again, go into this one, the dark one that is called Forbidden. And just darken out the outer V just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take a pencil brush. This is one by, this is number 23 by REPHR. And I'm going to take that dark one, that Forbidden, and just do a little bit on my lower lash line. The brush that I used, the dark shade, and just seemed to have like a little bit of an area here that didn't pick up the shade. I'm just going to touch it lightly. Okay, so now for the other eye, I'm going to use this same one, Sea Star, because there's really nothing else that I can use in my crease over here that is going to show up. Okay, I'm going to take this shade right here. This is called Silver Moon. I really want to make this eye look different than the other one. If I use too many dark shades, it's all going to look the same. Both eyes are going to look the same. But this one is pretty because it's like silver, but it has a beautiful shade of blue. And normally I do not wear blue eyeshadows. They kind of scare me, but I think this one is pretty. I'm going to go back to the one that I was using, the Ava Sea Star right here, and kind of mix that. Okay, I'm going to get a smaller brush. And I'm going to go into this one, Till Dawn. And I'm just going to do the outside. This one has like a little bit of shimmer in it. But if you know, it's like, it's not glittery. So you can use it on your outer V because it really doesn't matter. It's not going to show up that much. Okay, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just blend those two together. I'm going to take a flat brush and I'm going to go into this one, Cometina. That's like a silver. And I'm going to go in my inner corner with that, or my inner third. Okay, I'm going to take the brush that has a slant, go back into Till Dawn. See, even though I use something totally different, I think both eye looks still look very similar. I don't know how to do it any different. I didn't use, except for this shade right here, I didn't use anything else that was similar. But the eye looks look very close together. Let me see if I can do something. I'm gonna use some of this one right here. This one is called Cosmic Cloud. Ooh, that is, whoa. Just use like a little bit, like right here. I'm trying to do something different here. That's pretty pigmented. Okay, I'm gonna take the pencil brush. I'm gonna use this outlet. Okay, I'm gonna go into the black one and I'm going to do a little bit of a liner. I'm gonna take this one outlet that I used on my lower lash line and line this eye. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on the complexion and then we'll see if we can do something different with the eyes. Okay, so I already used a little bit of the Moira Complete Facial Primer. This is a Pore Vanishing Primer on my cheeks, a little bit on my forehead and my chin. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This is a new one. The old one that I had, showed you guys that I got rid of it in the declutter. I'm going to put a little bit here. And then I'm going to put a little bit in my dark spots because I'm going to use a powder foundation. And I'm going to speed through the foundation because you guys have seen that many, many times. Okay, so I'm going to use the Moira powder foundation. As you can see, I've hit major pan. I'm almost done with it. Looks like I'm using a lot, but I'm really not. I don't grab a lot at one time. I just go like this really quick and apply. I'm going to use this pencil from Estee Lauder. Really quick. I'm going to speed through this because this is boring as I wish I could skip it. Alright, brows are done as best as it's going to be done. Okay, so for highlighter, I'm going to use this one. I have a highlighter from Moira, but it's a liquid one and it's a little sticky, so I was afraid of using it with the powder foundation. So I'm going to use a little bit of this one from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Highlighting Illuminator. And this is in the shade number 15. I'm going to use this brush just a little bit. This is really pretty, by the way, guys. Very, very pretty. I'm just going to grab a little bit and just... I'm going to put a little bit of brow gel on. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. Definitely not drugstore. Well, neither was the brow pencil. Okay, I'm going to be using the Panorama Mascara from L'Oreal. I'm going to do 2 coats and I'll be right back. This is with 2 coats. I used that on my lower and bottom lash line because I'm not going to be wearing this for a long time. So I don't think there'll be enough time for it to smudge or go anywhere. But do you see the looks? They look different. I mean, they look pretty similar. I like the palette, but I just don't think that you can create that many different looks with it. That kind of disappoints me. Right, so I'm going to use, let me see which lip liner I'm going to use. This one is red. What color is it? Superstar. Watch the other one be Superstar also. Yep, they're both the same shade. Ah, pretty funny. So it doesn't matter which one I use. I'm going to use this shade right here. Okay, so then I have several, these are called Butter Bliss Lip Balms. I think I'm going to use this one over the lip liner. These are beautiful. They're very, very comfortable. I really do enjoy using them. And you get 0.35 ounces, which is a lot of product. I've been realizing lately how little product I've been receiving in some lip glosses and lip oils. So this is a lot of product. So this is the completed look. Let me see if I can do something on my inner corner. I really don't think there's much of anything I can do to my looks to make them any different. But I'm going to take the smallest brush I can find here. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to go into Links and just put a little bit in my inner corner. I'm going to use the same one on both sides because I don't think it matters. Both sides look pretty much the same. I think it's pretty. I enjoy the looks that I created, but I just think they look the same. I mean, I can try making the one on this side a little darker. Maybe I'll mix both of these together and see if I can make this a little darker so that it looks a little different than the other one. But at the end of the day, they're gonna look pretty similar. All right, so don't forget to check out Jen, and I want to thank you, Jen, for doing this with me, for inviting me to do this collab with you. It was really, really fun. I can't wait to see the looks that you created. I also purchased a palette that Jen is going to be wearing, but I am not going to tell you which one it is. Again, this is beautiful. Even though it looks like it has a lot of different shades, I'm gonna swatch them for you. Okay, these are two different shades. They look very similar. This one here looks a little shinier, but the color story is pretty much the same. Those two look pretty much the same as this one and this one. I just think that the shades are, even though they look a little different in the palette, when you apply them on your eyes, they look the same. So, am I sorry I have it? No, but is this something unique that I think you need in your... No, I don't think it's something unique that you need. I mean, you get a lot of eyeshadows, but half of them, you can do without half of them. And you will be fine. You know, pretty, beautiful, applied magically. And this time I did a good job of not getting it all over my face like I did the last time. But I just think that the looks, the eyeshadows, it could have been a smaller palette. Or they could have done, you know, like half cool palette and half a warm palette. But I guess we want to sell two palettes. Alright, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. All the information for Jen will be down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please, 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 I would appreciate it if you do. Help me grow my channel a little bit. I really appreciate it. And also go and watch Jen and subscribe to her. She is amazing. All right, you guys, I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.